computer, right?
Absolutely.
On the network.
Well, you said technically. I would say conceptually. But
yeah, conceptually, yeah.
The way I summarize that in my thinking is, as it is above, so it is below. So I think everything that occurs on the macro level occurs on the smaller scale. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is basically is a repetition. You know what I mean? Like in other words, everything that we see going on with computers and technology is basically a clone of what's already going on with the human body.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 1,000,000%. You understand what I'm saying? So now, right, I'm gonna comment on that statement right now, right? To validate what you're saying, right? To me, where it makes sense culturally is that when we go to sleep at nighttime, I believe our subconscious log onto a natural internet, and we download, and we download instructions for us to carry out to the next day.
Not only do we have the ability to download, but we also have the ability to upload.
Right. It's a dual link.
And all that's dealing with the pineal gland, neuromelanin.
Right.
The pineal gland is just like a computer router. And we all have we collectively as human beings, we are the internet.
Well, I think the internet is the universe.
Well, there you go.
Because all life or everything or the life force itself, all organic matter that has the life force inside of it relies on a neural network in order to communicate with one another. That's why certain plant species couldn't survive if they was alone, because they need to be around other of the same kind of plants. Same thing with animals. You can't isolate an animal by itself. It need to be around other animals. You understand what I'm saying?
And the same thing with computer software. Certain software is not going to work if it's not linked up or compatible with this other software, and et cetera, et cetera. Right. I mean, it goes back to neuromelanin, and that's why I sent y'all the movie. I said watch the movie District 9, because the movie District 9 is based on the extraterrestrial species that had a technology that only worked if they had a black liquid substance. And that black liquid substance obviously represents melanin. And so it's my theory that computers and technology and all this different technology has to have that substance in order to operate. And it's also my theory that particular substance occurs naturally within our bodies and also exists within the universe, within space, dark matter, antimatter.
Right. To your point, that's what they've been slowing down within us.
Right.
Now, for the people that for our folks that's watching, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And that's what we have to regain use of. You know what I mean? Which goes to your original statement, man. You know, which I told you, you know, I totally understood what you were saying. I totally see the necessity of it, man. The answer lies within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But we have to condition ourselves and train ourselves to execute.
Man, y'all
and that's where the negative side of AI can hurt us. You know what I mean? If we're not conditioning ourselves to be that.
I think that's why they rely so heavily on the machinery because of their lack of ability to reach certain points on their own. And I think that's why they come up with all these different vaccines and all these different things they want to hook us on, whether it's malt liquor or drugs or TV or whatever, because all these things, if we allow it to, interfere with our ability to produce electrify the melanin that exists within the black substance that exists within us. And you know, going back to Rip's point, when we shut all of that down and close our eyes at night, we return to a space where all of that can begin to activate on its own naturally. Trick is learning how to activate it when we're not asleep at night 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? 7 days a week.
No, the funny thing about it, how you know we not asleep now, but when we go to sleep, we in the real world.
What, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
That's no, but that's how I think. That's how I operate. I feel like the real shit is happening when I go into the dream space. Me,
right?
This is just
that's why they say
when I wake up, I'm just playing out. I'm just playing out what actually took place prior in the thought realm.
That's why they say you got to watch what you think and watch what you do before you go to sleep, because you pre-programming where you're going when you go to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's all real, man. You know, just.
All right, so I gotta leave Call of Duty alone. God damn it! Damn. No, I'm fucking with you. I gotta leave my Call of Duty alone, man. Just wake up at nighttime. I mean, wake up in the morning ready to go to war. Like, hold up.
Man, listen. This is like the 5th time I heard Naj say the pineal gland, and this is the first time I've dug deep into what the pineal gland does, man.
Oh my God!
It's
that's the
third eye.
Yeah, and then you gotta attach that with the pituitary gland.
Right.
Well, I know what that is.
Yeah,
I know what that is, but I really, this is my introduction to the pineal gland. It says, it's the connection. It serves as the metaphysical connection between the physical and spiritual worlds.
It's our gateway.
The gateway.
Your router.
Pretty much.
So when y'all just said a few minutes ago, and y'all just, I guess y'all so, abreast of this topic, y'all just went right on by that shit like it wasn't nothing. But I caught it.
But you know what? That's dope, though. You know what? That's dope.
Be living out. We could be asleep right now.
Right.
And when we lay down and let the pineal, we could be downloading instructions for the next. That's deep, man. I mean, that's deep.
Yeah, that makes me think of the Avatar.
That's deep, man.
Well, they couldn't even ride a horse without making a symbiotic connection to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They couldn't do nothing, man. And they drew all their sources, their source of energy. What they call it, the Iwa or something like that. They drew it from that massive tree.
Oh yeah, how about that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the conquest to take over that world, the invaders had to take down the tree. That's what
the tree of life. The tree of life.
That's what they were trying to do.
Which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And
it's conceptual as hell is what it is, man. You know what I mean?
I gotta drop this jewel on folks about that. Now go back to the IP address right quick. For the people that don't know, I'm speaking to people in layman terms that don't know. When the internet was first designed, in order for your computer to actually get on the internet, it needs an IP address. When they first created the internet, they only allocated 1 billion IP addresses. Back then, 1 billion IP addresses sound like an astronomical number. They never thought that there'll be 1 billion different computers, devices that's going to connect to the internet. So what happened is they ran out of IP addresses. So every 6 days, your computer renew and they recycle IP addresses. Right? They discovered that version of IP addressing is called IPv4. Remember that. IPv4. It stands for Internet Protocol version 4. Right? They came up with IPv6 because they ran out of IP addresses. So where I'm getting at is that IPv6 is allocated to what number of feet is IPv6? How many IP addresses is it? It's like
you're gonna make me look it up, man. It's an astronomical
amount of IP addresses.
Because the 8 bits that you're talking about, I think it's 32.
It's hexadecimal. So now it went to 32. So it's I think a gazillion IP addresses can be generated off IPv6. So remember, let me recap. IPv4, you got 1 billion IP addresses. They ran out, so they updated it to IPv6, which stands for version 6. Right? One is binary, which is IPv4. IPv6 is hexadecimal. So you can allocate, let's say, a zillion, or what was higher than a zillion?
Yeah.
Whatever numbers.
By the way, Rip, we was off. IP4 is 32-bit. IP6 is 128. Yeah. So you can have, it's astronomical to your mind.
Yeah. But let's say like I don't know the number that
infinity,
higher than infinity almost. Right. But the reason why they need IPv6 is because their agenda is to have every single device in your house, your life, your car,
we talked about that. We
everything
talked about
that have online capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I believe they injected COVID-19 into our society is to put people to live their life on social media and get rid of human interaction. I believe that the COVID-19 was a biological attack from artificial intelligence.
Word. I wanna insert this on the topic of binary codes. I think that binary codes are manifested in the physical realm in the form of drums. I say that to say this. I think that we underestimate the power of our drums. At one time, ancestrally, we understood how powerful the drums were in terms of communicating messages, in terms of healing the body, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, our drums are being used to accompany vocal hypnotic messages and tones that are poisoning the minds of our youth and adults alike. I think, when you talk about biological and technological warfare, we talk about things that we can do to counteract that. One of the things that I think we need to do on a basic level is reclaim our drums, reclaim our binary codes.
I totally agree with you, bro. Because I'm into what you're referring. I'm gonna show people what it looked like. What Elanaj is talking about here. Give me 1 second, folks. Let me pull up an image.
Yeah, that's kind of
All right, bet. Here we go.
Kick drum and the snare is the 1 and the 0. Those tones.
And this is what it looked like.
Come back.
That's a sound wave. Now that's at a high sample rate. Now you can go to a low frequency, which that's what they're attacking everybody on right now is LFOs. Well, LF, like a low frequency rate. That's what they using, because you got to keep in mind when you're dealing with sound waves, to kind of piggyback what Elanaj is talking about, right? Is when you're dealing with sound waves, you can alter people's emotions, you can make people sick, you can heal people, you could do many different things. Like prime example, high frequencies can affect dogs in a certain way, can affect humans if you scratch on a chalkboard, and it can, it can mess with your neurological system with those high frequencies. Low frequencies can attack your sex organs because your chakras vibrate at a lower frequency. Your lower section of your body, where your sexual organs is located, below the belly is all vibrate off low frequencies. So I say that to say, with these when you implant subliminal messages inside of a low frequency, the power of your sexual what you call it, your sexual instinct is strong as hell. If you really think about it, look at all the animals in the animal kingdom. Male animals will go to fucking war. Excuse the terminology. I mean, excuse me for cursing for people who's watching, right? But animals will go to war with each other to mate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's how
every year
powerful
that
energy
plays
is.
out every year.
Right, every year. Right, every part's
It's the
different
thinning
parts
of the
seasonal.
herd.
Yeah,
Absolutely, it's the thinning of the herd.
Now imagine if you can tap into that and control that, and instead of making it seasonal like animals, you can make humanity. You can inject the binary code that makes humanity operate that way all season, all year long, all year round.
So in essence, what you're saying is, it sounds like what you're saying is impulses being controlled.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because the diagram that Rip just showed is literally a binary code. That sound wave accompanied by those horizontal and vertical lines, that's a binary code. Horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical.
So if I'm understanding y'all, with this theory about nanotechnology being in the vaccine, they can use that to influence people's impulses.
That
they can also use that to nullify our ability to counteract those impulses.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So in essence, you can create things like mass hysteria.
Exactly. But now here's the crazy part about it, right? Now, if y'all look at this diagram, right, y'all see the different wave forms, right? With a lower pitch, how it vibrates, and higher frequencies, you know what I'm saying, louder frequencies, quieter frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
These affect you no matter what. That's why you can listen to a song and cry.
Or how about this?
Or you can listen to a song and get angry.
Or how about,
you know what I'm saying?
How about love music on the whole?
Right.
It's pitched to you at a very slow and methodical pattern to induce you to be more your lower self, so to speak.
And look at this. This is what they call this device is called HARP.
Oh, the HARP, yeah. And
what HARP do, right, is put out a subharmonic frequency that can cause earthquakes. They bounce that subharmonic frequency off the ionosphere, triangulate it, and point it to another part or a target. Put it that way. That
earthquakes, tsunamis, snow, mind control.
I'm trying to download this image so I can open it up so y'all can for the people that's watching it, so y'all can see it. So,
I'm sorry.
So that's what HARP look like.
Yeah, we was on
so for people that it look like a bunch of antennas, what this is, just imagine the world's largest subwoofer that can the bass is so low that it can cause an earthquake. It can alter your mind. It could do many different things depending on how they program it to. Now, this is on a major level scale. So if you look at all these natural disasters that's not natural, like the earthquake, yeah, or that big ass earthquake that was it an earthquake that hit in Haiti right when Clinton and them was just visiting, and they found that Haiti was rich in diamonds.
So what other technology can be tied into that, man?
Well,
radio, television.
Right. Now here's where I was going. Where we was driving this topic to, as far as what if they was implanting, not what if, but I'm just saying this, you know what I'm saying? I like to say what if, right? I already know. But what if they was implanting subliminal messages inside the 808 drums that beats on a lower frequency, mixed with all these drugs like all these opioids that these people, you know, the kids and the people in the hood using, like the juice and the pills and all the other stuff. When you combine those elements with the subliminal messages of murder, death, and kill in a subharmonic frequency, it's going to get you to perform that way, whether you want to or not.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Impulse power, which I would say is probably the most, or one of the strongest powers that we have.
Absolutely. And then when you accompany it with dance, I just think that enhances the opening of those portals, like this new June Elite dance, where people doing a thing like this. But if you listen to the song in the background, he's talking about murdering black people. You know what I mean? You
What's
know what
the
song
name
I'm
of it
talking
again?
about? You know the dance, the June Elite challenge. I think that's what they call it.
June Elite.
Yeah, I think that's the kid name, man. Yeah, man. Everybody doing a challenge where they dance like this.
Oh man, I'm not a social media guy. So let me go somewhere else with this, Rip. I can't resist this, man. We so far off topic right now. How does 5G factor into all of that?
Well, 5G spits off a very I think it's a high frequency. I don't know if it's a low frequency, but could you imagine? I'm just saying, I don't know if this is possible or not, but I always say what if, because I don't know 100%, just based on theory. What if you could triangulate that frequency, and it can cause an effect on the target? So what if you could put a frequency to those 5G towers, and that those 5G towers can affect you in a certain way through your phone, because your phone is now not my phone, but they promote in these 5G cell phones. So you're walking around with like high levels of radiation on you already. So you pretty much a human a walking microwave technically. So
Well, isn't that what 5G is? Isn't 5G in fact a microwave?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but see, allegedly, because my brother actually that's what he do. He in communications. He's a network engineer, so he put up towers. He was saying that the 5G towers themselves don't emit that much radiation. However,
why do they have to wear a radiation hazmat suit to put to work on it or to put it
well,
out?
that's where I was arguing. That was my whole thing with him. You know what I'm saying, right? However, okay. So I said, okay. So I said, well, what about the damn cell phones? He said, well, that's a whole nother. Yeah, he said, yeah, they have a lot of radiation. So therefore, you're walking around with a goddamn pretty much a device that's emitting a lot of radiation. So in order to prove this point, we need one of those radiation readers. What you call them? Anybody?
EMF. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, low voltage meter. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need one of those to put that next to a 4G, a regular 4G phone. And then somebody that has a 5G phone, we need to run that experiment to see if it let off more EMFs off the devices to prove that point. I haven't did it yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that because I got a 5G phone. I'm gonna try that tomorrow.
Yeah, and see like, oh shit, okay. If it is, you know what I'm saying, then that's why people getting sick.
Well, Mel already said we cyborgs according to Musk, so that falls in line with that thinking.
Well, realistically, I could agree with that to a certain degree because we've been programmed.
Yeah. So
well, yeah, that and try to go ahead and go through your day without your cell phone.
Yeah,
we talked about that too.
Yeah, how about that?
See how far you make it. It's already a cybernetic connection to it. And I think he meant that more in theory than in actuality. But even the theory has actuality in it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna kill y'all with the 5G shit.
I mean, all I can say to that is that, when I'm here, making money is attached to my cell phone. When I go to Jamaica, I don't take a cell phone with me. So it really, for me, it just depends on the environment and the lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I put mine up when I went to Jamaica.
Well, here's the funny thing and shit, right? is that one of the things I did learn from the Matrix is shit is they got rid of their fucking cell phones. When it was time for them to go into the Matrix, they picked up their cell phone.
They sure did. They sure did.
Yeah, that was the jack in. He had that phone line.
Right.
You know
So now another thing is that I've been out in the bush before. And you can forget about a cell phone. It's not gonna work. Huh?
It's not necessary.
It's not even gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Like you're not gonna get no communications. It'll boot up. You'll take a picture. But as far as it actually you be able to use it, nah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they take sat phones when they off the grid.
Yeah.
You need a stronger link.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
So let's tie this in.
Because
we talked about we ain't really get into the Matrix. We got into AI, artificial intelligence, and we can all conclude that eventually AI is going to turn against humanity. They're going to spawn and they're going to turn against humanity. That's inevitable. It's going to happen. What they call that terminology again? It's a terminology that they use. That's an actual term.
Yeah, but I like I said earlier, though, I to an extent, I disagree. I don't think that that's an inevitable outcome. I think that that's the outcome that the bully has perpetuated and tried to convince us of. I don't see it as being inevitable.
Oh, it is.
I mean, it's called singularity.
Yeah, you know what? I was rocking with you, Nas. That was a hell of a description you put up.
I think that we can shift the paradigm at any given moment. The moment that we choose to, we can shut their whole shit down.
That's 100. I listen. I would not agree with you even more. Right? I would not agree with you even more. But if you look at the reality of what's happening right now,
right?
No denying that. They got their chips laid out. I'm not denying that at all.
But hear me out.
They got their chips lined up for real.
Now, if we let's put our kid, let's get our kid on right now.
I didn't want to.
So hold up. Let's play live Matrix. We have to build Zion, folks. What they say in the Matrix, when you at a certain age and shit, it's hard to unplug these people from the Matrix. So the people that's unplugged from the Matrix we have to build Zion.
Wow, you know what, man? That's a hell of a segue to a previous show we had, man. We talked about the black codes and traveling and making safe havens for ourselves and one another, man.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That was one hell of a segue to that same mindset, man. So it's kind of dope, man, when it comes to me like that, man. You know what I mean? That our shit links up like that.
Right. The reality of it is that we just coming into the realization of a lot of these things. We babies in this. Like we've been at one point we was participating in the fuckery. And then we started to wake up a little bit. Now we coming to the point of application. So we still young in this. You know what I mean? But I definitely think that the more we cultivate this level of confidence and this type of thinking, we have the ability to transform that which appears to be inevitable into a very non-existent thing. It's like the bully on the playground that everybody think nobody can beat him. The moment you decide that you can beat him, now all that tough shit that he was on, all that impossible shit that everybody saw goes by the wayside as soon as the bully starts to act like a coward because you punched him in his shit.
True indeed. Just like the Wizard of Oz, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Because my eyes, I'm letting people know I can read, but you know what I'm saying?
You don't want to sound like Floyd.
Yeah, I know, right? I can read. But no, listen, I'm gonna share my screen.
Big up to Floyd Mayweather.
Somebody read it?
It's kind of small, but I'm gonna try to read it.
Hold on, could you see it better?
That's much better. Singularity redirects here. The technological singularity, also simply the singularity, is a hypothetical point in time in which, hold on, my thing is in the way, in which technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable changes to human civilization. According to the most popular version of the singularity hypothesis called intelligence explosion, an upgradable intelligent agent will eventually enter into a runway reaction of self-improvement cycles, each new and more intelligent generation appearing more and more rapidly, causing an explosion in intelligence and resulting in a powerful superintelligence that qualitatively far surpass all human intelligence. Exactly. I mean, yeah, that's it.
So this is what I was talking about right here, where it says public. I think, you know, if I can see this, then kind of defog my glasses here. Public figures such as Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk have expressed concern that full artificial intelligence (AI) could result in the human extinction. The consequences of singularity and its potential, what they say, benefit or harm to the human race have been intensely debated. You know what I'm saying? Then you go back to the whole debate. Four polls of AI researchers conducted in 2012 and 2013 by Nick Bostrom and Vincent C. Muller suggested a median probability estimate of 50% that artificial and general intelligence, I never even heard of AGI, anybody? Would be developed by 2040 and 2050.
Yeah, we was talking about Musk earlier tonight. He has been throwing up the flag on AI. I think artificial general, and without me even reading it, is the general intelligence. They won't allow that particular type of intelligence to continuously learn. Once you
it's the opposite. It says AGI is the hypothetical ability of an intelligent agent to understand or learn any intellectual task that a human being can. It is a primary goal of some artificial intelligence research and a common topic in science fiction and future studies. AGI can also be referred to as strong AI.
So that's the opposite. Okay.
Right. So what they're saying is that AGI is the shit. Artificial intelligence is kind of, I wouldn't say dumb at this point, but it can't really learn that fast on its own. It has to learn off us in order for it to learn. AGI is that shit can intellectually think, joke, and kind of do the thoughts and act just like a human.
Well, don't they already have that?
You know, that's why if you think about the if you listen to Siri, listen to Google, and listen to
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't they
listen
already
to
have
their voice. They sound like robots. Artificial
they do
general
sound like
intelligence,
robots, but they can interact with you though, right?
Yeah, but they still got certain rules that they can't, like they still kind of dumb and shit. You know how you ever ask Siri a question and she couldn't really think about it on her own because she don't have the intellect to elaborate on some shit. So she'll point you to a direction online and shit to research that information. Because she couldn't intellectually come up with a concept to answer your answer, to give you an answer. I'm sorry. So AGI has intellect.
Yeah, I see where it says intelligence explosion model. Super intelligence. Okay.
All right, how you stop this screen?
I'm kind of with Elanaj though. I'm throwing up the flags, but I think I'm way past being scared about it now.
I'm excited.
I'm scared for my great grands though. They're gonna be
that's what I'm at with the 2 feet.
Well, bro, we in 2021, 2030. Would they say that? Yo,
I'm talking about, because I talked about the technology like paradigms that we've experienced from 1900 to 2000. Just think of what 20 90 is gonna look like.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's our well, maybe not our great grands, but great grands.
See
And I think it's gonna be quick. I think it's gonna be closer than that. It might be in our grands, man.
No, it's 20 according to these cats, and we know this is what they telling us. So we already know that DARPA and all these other companies that shit is already here.
Exactly, it's already been employed.
Right. But they're talking 2040, bro.
Right.
2021. That's only 20 years from now. Think about it. Now, really think about this. I'm gonna put my age out there because me and Mills got the grades to show it. Right. I remember having a black and white TV when I was a kid. Look at where we at right now.
Yeah, I can remember having about 8 stations on them TVs.
Yeah, we
did.
3, 6, 10,
again, this is but
17,
this is my
and channel 12.
Right. This is my comeback. This is my comeback for that though. Like the same thing I said to Mill about, you know, his advancements. Like the time when black and white TVs was on, and like Mill said, we had 17, 29, channel 12, 3, 6, and 10. I was still believing in Santa Claus. I say that to say that, you know, the same way I look at the progress of technology from that time until now, what's more important to me is how I've progressed from that time until now.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely.
So when I ask myself, you know, what's it going to be like for my great grandchildren, and we having conversations about being able to use the pineal gland to upload and download data, when I go to sleep at night tonight, I'm trying to upload data into the future so that my great grandchildren can be equipped and prepared based on the work that I put in and the thoughts that I uploaded into those ancestral realms, so that as technology is advancing, my inner technology, my ancestral technology is advancing just the same, as not greater, the same way I feel like ancestors put in that work for me before I came into the physical world.
Shameless plug to last week's show.
Yeah, you gotta drop
about our ancestors.
That was well said, Elenaj, and I totally agree with you.
You heard me?
What'd you say?
Yeah, that was a hell of a shout out. We did do that thing last week. We left out a couple great ones though.
Nah, yeah, I mean, we couldn't fit them all in, bro.
Man, I wish we could have got one more in there though.
Right.
Yeah, so I got to build on
this. Everything that you just said just echoes what we did last week.
I got to build with you on that though, just a little bit,
because we go ahead, Rip.
Because I want to kind of stick with, you know, follow up what he said and kind of validate what he said.
Put your video up, Rip, so we can.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. All right, so I definitely want to validate what you said, bro. If you look at, just think, the level of technology we was dealing with when we was young versus what we have now. We was dealing with Atari back then and shit.
Not even
a ColecoVision.
Not even handheld.
Oh yeah, football and you know what I'm saying, those little 2-bit video games.
Right.
System. We evolved. I can say this for myself. My Sonic EPS 16 Plus, I learned off that machine. So I evolved technologically with knowledge with that machine. So I utilized that tool, used it as a tool, and that one keyboard showed me how to become a recording engineer, to operate other machines. From there, I learned how to build machines. You feel what I'm saying? So I totally agree with you. It kind of remind me of what's the young boy name? It was Luke in Star Wars when he was a young boy. Remember that episode? I don't know if y'all seen that. When he was in a repair day, he was building robots and all when he was a kid.
Oh no, you're talking about Anakin, Darth Vader.
Anakin. Yeah,
Darth Vader. Yeah.
When he was a young boy, he was in there building robots. Yeah.
He's a genius, right?
So I believe that, and I totally agree with you. Is that is always going to be a black market, quote unquote. If they put out something, it's always going to be something else. That's the way the laws of the universe work, period. You got cause and you got reaction. You understand what I'm saying? You can't escape that. So I believe, yeah, as well as these computers evolve, just like you said, we talk about the pineal gland, we talk about metaphysical powers, we talk about you got to be careful what you think, because you can. That's why I stopped freestyling. I used to me and Kelly used to go in freestyling. But now when you start freestyling so good, you start manifesting things into reality. That kind of made me fall back from freestyling, because you got to watch what you think and watch what you say, because you could bring it into existence. So we start elevating our minds to the point where as though we was speaking things into existence in the physical realm. So I can imagine what our grandkids is going to be capable of doing.
Only if we speak those things into existence. I think that's what Al was just talking about.
And think those things into existence.
Well, speaking, thinking, same twist, right?
Right. So I think that's the perfect note. That's a perfect note to close out on, as far as sewing this all together. You know what I mean? Closing out on with the solution, so to speak. So we in OT now. You know what I mean? I just got your message. So let's go ahead and you got any final thoughts? Let's go ahead and get that out, and we can go ahead and close out.
No, my thoughts is, man, I always enjoy coming together to build with you brothers, man. I always learn something. I always had something to research, and that's really what this is all about for me. And hopefully it transpires over to our audience. These sessions right here, man. Ramil said it. Therapy is a good word. I'll borrow that from him. It's therapeutic. I always have something to learn, man, and I always take away from our sessions, man. So I appreciate y'all, brothers, man.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah, boomerang, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
Straight up. This AI joint went in a direction, man, that I didn't anticipate. You know what I mean?
So, but I want to close out saying you definitely got to learn both. You gotta know the problem. You got to know what we're dealing with. And then you got to also learn the solution to what we're dealing with. So for the people that's watching, when you get a chance, look up what Stephen Hawking said, look up what Elon Musk said, do some research on artificial intelligence. Look up HAARP, and you spell it HAARP. HAARP. Look up on Eric Snowden. And from there, that should put you on a quest to obtain more information to research exactly what the problem is. We're definitely going to face artificial intelligence. We're facing artificial intelligence. That right there, you can't deny that. To counteract artificial intelligence is one simple solution. Go to the woods. Go to the woods. Sit there and just listen.
Get back to nature.
Right. Invest in self. Yeah, I was just gonna say, that's about the solution I got out of tonight, man. You know what I mean? Is that a reinvesting or a reinvention, if you will, into self, man. It's the only medicine that we're gonna need to combat whatever pestilence society is throwing at us, man.
Yeah, turn that TV off and turn your devices off, man, and just do some meditation.
Yeah, and talk to them babies.
Talk to your babies, yeah.
And don't scared to get dirty. Go outside in the wood. Go outside in the woods and play in the dirt.
Yes, absolutely.
Go
get away from these devices.
Go fishing. Man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and close out with this. I was gonna keep it quiet, but I'm gonna just go out all the way out on a limb. This is B.L.A.M TV. You know what I mean? All my adversaries out there that tried to take me out when I was a cub. You ain't get me when I was a cub. You ain't gonna get me now that I'm a lion. Elon Musk, Bill Gates. You know what I mean? Whoever, whatever manifestation of these devils, even Aleister Crowley, whoever. I'm coming for your ass tonight.
Yeah, I figured Bill was gonna hit us at some point with that.
Straight up.
That's his signature.
Coming for your ass tonight.
Yes.
That's his signature right there.
It will be the rise of the MCs, man. You can't stop whether we talking in rhymes or we just speaking and just speaking. You're not gonna be able to stop the MCs. We are the real Jedis.
You go.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's time to use the force.
Exactly.
Oh, you had something new? I thought you was about to hit us with some words.
Oh, all right, good. Yeah.
That's it, yo.
Hold on,
I thought he was gonna hit us with some. I thought that's what you was queuing up, man. But yeah, okay.
Yo, hold up. Hey, can I do it?
I thought about that, but not this.
We got time just about 30 seconds.
What you say?
We got 30 seconds?
Hey, we got 30 minutes.
Seconds.
Feek ain't got 30 minutes, but we got 30 minutes, nigga.
Yeah. I'm gonna tap out, man. Y'all.
Oh, no, don't tap out. This for you.
30 seconds.
What you got?
On this information highway, I travel at the speed of light. Right through your phone line, creeping through your land. On this information highway, I travel at the speed of light. Right through your phone line, creeping through your land. They call me ciphertext. 360 degrees of encryption with precision. Shoot through your ISP with a head-on collision. My mission to find a server to seek and destroy your ISP address with my freaking decoy to extinguish the flames inside your firewall. I make it fall. My binary code to make your node explode. Disintegrate at a rate 100 megabits per second. As soon as you transfer your connection, here comes the interception. Now I know who you are. Now I know what you do. As soon as I put it on the gram, your career is through. It's over. I'm hardwired inside your Range Rover. Orange Star, shut down your system. You won't go far. I'm floating inside the optical lenses of your webcam. Your hard drive is toast when I release my deadly spam. On this information highway, I travel at the speed of light. Right through your phone line, creeping through your land. On this information highway, I travel at the speed of light. Right through your phone line, creeping through your land. Laugh out loud. Hee. You think it's an MP3? Oh no, it's me. Say goodbye to your ISP. I'm that burgundy tarantula inside the web of information. Spit a virus out my iris that attack Trump administration. Your network's connected. You can't stop what you can't see. Got the airwaves on lock, so fuck the FCC. Inside the mainframe computer through the walls of the Pentagon. Oh shit, Bush blew up the World Trade and blamed it on the Taliban. Saw you crab-ass rappers giving props to the USA. You sold out hip-hop writing rhymes to the CIA because they put drugs, guns, HIV in your community. South Africans dying of AIDS for genetic immunity. On this information highway, I travel at the speed of light. Right through your phone line, creeping through your land. I was ducking through bushes. I was swimming through swamps. I was climbing up the mountain with Hawk, escaping the cops. Bright lights, helicopters everywhere. It's the belly of the beast, motherfucker, the dragon's lair. At nighttime is daytime, at daytime is nighttime. Nerve gas, napalm bombs explode, sim chips load the data. The telecom invaders, echelon satellites, NSA tracking device.
That was tight, man. That was tight. Yes, sir. Way to take us out, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that in slow motion.
Yeah, when I peep it again, man, I'm gonna go ahead, man.
Yeah, that's
do a couple reruns on that.
Yeah,
man. That was tight, bro.
Yeah, we appreciate that blessing, bro.
That's my hacker rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you even got the chorus and everything. Yeah,
hacker raps.
Wait for the 808s to jump in, Rip.
To y'all brothers next Thursday.
All right,
sir.
man.
Peace out, bro.
All right, yo.
Good night.